Today I'm going to show you how to budget wisely so you can manage your finances without stress. This is the approach I've been taking to budget myself wisely throughout dental school, and I honestly think it's super simple that anybody in any program or even any state of life can adapt it to fit their needs. Let's face it, school has enough stress on its own. Being stressed about finances is not it. So if you're new here, welcome back. I'm Jackie. I'm a dental student passionate about helping you navigate life, from academics to faith and my experiences. Hopefully you've completed your FAFSA application. If not, make sure you do that first, because if you're going to be taking out loans through your school, you need to have a FAFSA on file. That normally opens in October. And once that's done, your school will most likely send you a financial aid offer before the semester starts. I have mine here. One is unsubsidized and the other one is not subsidized. The interest rate or something. So the main thing here is, okay, we know we're going to be using loans to cover and finance our lives for these next couple of years. The goal is not to accept all the money that they give you. You can, but let's not do that if we don't have to. So the goal is to see how much money do I need to realistically live and have a little bit of leeway. So the first thing that we need to do is create how much money do I need a month. So you want to list down your monthly expenses that you are expected to spend and that your non-negotiables. So for me, that's going to be rent, that's going to be utilities, that's going to be internet, that's going to be like the light bill, groceries, gas. So we're going to list those categories of items that we're going to be spending on monthly, the non-negotiables, and we're going to list the amount of money that we're going to allocate towards that. So tuition is set by your school. So you want to subtract your tuition and fees from the total amount of your loans, and then the remaining money you have after, those mandatory tuition and fees, that's the money you have to allocate for yourself and your other personal expenses. Okay, so for me, my tuition and fees, preclinical products, just like all the direct costs, the total is going to be $34,536. So I'm going to subtract that from the total amount of my offered amount, and then that's the remaining money that I have to work with. So for me, for expenses, I have cost of living. That's going to be my rent, utilities, internet, light bill, renter's insurance. All that I budgeted for $1,500 a month. Self-care, I budgeted that for about $150. For food, drinks, and entertainment, I budgeted that $50. And this is just like eating out, going out to eat, like hanging out with social things, social spending basically. For education, I have $50, and that could be maybe I need to buy something from school, but not tuition related. For gas, I have $50 a month. For shopping, I have $100. For other miscellaneous items, I have $50. For tithing and offering, because that's a value of mine, I have about $200. For groceries, I have $350. For medical expenses, I have $100. Subscriptions, so Netflix, Hulu, Spotify, CapCut, I have that as $40. For travel, I have that under $300. And I don't spend under travel every month, but I just put that in there. So now that I know that these are the expenses that I'm expected to spend every month in the category, and this is the amount that I'm allotting for myself, I'm going to add that up, and then we're going to see how much money do I need a month. Now my estimated amount that I spend would be around $2,240. That's how much money that I would need monthly in order to afford my cost of living. Granted, this is based off of you. You feel like you need to spend less, spend less. If you feel like you need to spend more, spend more. This is what you need to do for you. And I figured out these are the expenses that work best for me, that I know I'm not going to be stressed out thinking about things. Like, this is a comfortable amount for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this $2,240 and I'm going to multiply it by 12. And that's going to be for the whole year, because financial aid is given to you on a yearly basis. So my total is $26,880 that I'm going to need to survive for the whole year. So then now that we have that $26,880, we're going to add it to the $34,536 that my tuition cost. That's going to be $61,416. The total amount of money I was offered was $72,533. So out of the $72,533 that I was offered, I will only be accepting $61,406 out of it. So that's how I'm showing you guys that even though they give you an estimated indirect cost, that is for leeway, because people are different. I remember my first year, I took all of the money because I didn't know what I needed, and then now as I've been living through these, I'm gaining experience, I know what I need for myself, I know what I need for my success, and I don't need to accept all the money. So that $11,000 that I did not accept is gonna save me a lot, because y'all, interest is crazy. Interest is a real thing. Okay, so what I will do, because I will give you this money in a lump sum, they'll give you half the first semester and the other half in the second semester. So you'll probably get a check for like about, let's say if I'm only accepting, if I only needed 26, I'll probably get a check around about $14,000, 13 at once. So when I get that check, I deposit into either my savings or my high yield savings, so that every month I'm gonna pay myself that $2,240. I'm paying myself based off of my monthly budget. So I'm making sure this is all I have to spend, and I'm either gonna spend less or the exact amount. And if I have any money left over, I'm gonna put it back in my savings account. So you kind of want to pay yourself. You put it all in like a savings or a high yield. I suggest a high yield, just so you're getting a higher return on your investment. Actually, I'm not sure if you can do that many withdrawals. We'll probably just do a regular savings account, and then just pay myself my monthly budget monthly, and I use that accordingly. And I feel like that has really just helped me keep on track, because if I have the whole money in my account just sitting, I'm gonna be just on Amazon every day. And it's like, yes, self-control will also like set boundaries for yourself and be realistic. All right, so I'm gonna leave you guys with a few tips on how you can still budget and manage wisely, and that is going to be track every dollar. So I use Notion to track my finances. I've realized that when I sit down and I input my expenses hand by hand, I'm held more accountable than if I'm just having an app to do it. Because I did use app, and there's several apps that I do recommend, but I feel like it's very passive and you're not really like being able to mindfully spend, because like someone is doing the tracking for you. But if you like intentionally set time to track what I'm spending, what am I spending on, how much am I spending it, how frequently, like I feel like it makes you more mindful of what you're doing, and it makes you more mindful of where your dollar is going, because at the end of the day, like, we're gonna have to pay this back. And I'm just speaking for people who are funding their education based off of loans. And then my next tip, besides other than, you know, to spend and track every dollar, is going to be set priorities for yourself. Sometimes you may have to cut back on things. For myself, I had to have a coming to Jesus moment where I was just like, I can't be eating out every day realistically. I could not, like, it just was not realistic for me. And I had to realize, okay, what is important for me? What is more realistic for me? So for me, I'm moving to a smaller apartment so I can have a cheaper rent. So now that my total rent utilities can be under $15,000 instead of my rent being $15,000. So I had to just look for a smaller apartment, and not that I'm compromising on my values or my aesthetics, because the newer apartment is still nice. It's just smaller and it's cheaper, and I'm a student. No one's looking at me to have a high rise or nothing. Another thing is just try to cut down where you can. I know I said figure out what works for you, but let's be wise here. We cannot be living like we're already in our field. We cannot be living like doctors or lawyers or whatever program that we're in. We cannot be living like that, because we're a student now. So we need to buckle down. Obviously, first focus on school and still be comfortable, but we cannot be spending recklessly and unnecessarily thinking. My mindset was that, oh, I need to spend a lot so I can be motivated and do good. In the next couple of years when I graduate, I'm gonna be paying and suffering the consequences of my previous actions. So definitely make decisions for your future self. And some ways that I like to cut back on is apply for food stamps. Let's be real here. We're unemployed, we're in debt. Do not have shame. Go ahead and apply for food stamps if you can. Another one is look for internet reduction programs, government things like to lower the cost of your monthly spending. If you need to, go ahead and join a friend's Netflix, Hulu, Peacock. Like, try to have a joint and y'all reduce the cost, or have one of your or just like leech off of your family member. Don't be ashamed to leech off of your family in this time. When you graduate, just be like, I got you. Meal prep, no eating out. Look for coupons. Order things online. Write your grocery list ahead of time. Know what you're buying, know where your dollar is going, because trust me, you don't want to look back and be like, where did this money go? And now you have to pay for it. And it's like, now you're graduated and you want to buy the new things, but now you have to pay for the things that you used in the past. So like, we just really have to plan and live for our future selves, so our future selves will thank us. I know we're taking out loans, but do not get comfortable in your loans. Still look for scholarships, still look for grants because they're out there. It can even help alleviate you in the future. So on my TikTok, I post like scholarships whenever I see them out. So go ahead and check out my TikTok, and I'll try to leave some scholarship resources below, because I don't like loans, but I know like it's kind of necessary. But so I'm just always looking for like any way to like reduce them because I know like it's gonna help me in the future, if that makes sense. But if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and comment one thing that you gained from this. And also, if there's anything I may have missed out or I don't know about, let me know. Let us know in the comment one of your tips for surviving financially in school, and let's share the knowledge with everyone else. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.